Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about a subject that keeps coming up in numerous discussions that I have with friends and clients. And the subject is denial. So I've noticed, just like I did for many years in my life, there's still so many people around, and I'm observing this with no judgment whatsoever, but there are many people around who are denying their emotions, their true emotions. And this denial happens mostly because we've been taught throughout our lives that we need to be okay. No matter what happens with us, we need to be stoically, holding on to whatever relationships we have because that's what the society wants us to do. That's what the family wants us to do. We need to hold on stoically of our jobs because we're too scared to leave those jobs and find others. We need to just be strong. We need to put up a facade of pretending pretty much that we are okay, when inside we are not. So what's happening is that many people are just, because of the energy changing on earth, many people are starting to face this overwhelming emotions that are coming from inside themselves, and they panic. They don't know what these emotions are. So I'm making this video to tell you that these emotions are things that you held inside your body. Many times they somatized. They had, some kind of repercussion. You had a disease or something came up, and it's time for you to let them go. It's time for you to face them, to process them, and to say goodbye to them, to diminish them. And then there are those other people, many of them still, who are still in full denial, based on fear as well, but they are not allowing themselves to feel whatever emotion comes to them. It can be frustration, it can be whatever it is. They pretend everything is okay. They're not going to address them. They're not going to even acknowledge them in any way. And that's literally just postponing the inevitable. Sooner or later, you will have to deal with these emotions. Sooner or later, you will have to take responsibility for the way you feel. You cannot just go through life or go through your relationship saying everything is okay while deep inside you are unhappy. You're unhappy in that situation. Of course, our happiness, it's coming from inside. But then when there are traumas, there is conditioning from childhood, then that happiness cannot come fluidly and fluently, because there is something in between our soul where the happiness and joy and the pure state of love comes from, and our human part, our physical part. So there is something in between us. That's why we're not happy. But then if we're not dealing with those emotions, if we're denying them, if we're not removing ourselves sometimes from the situations which gasoline on the fire, they make it worse for us. If we're continuing to deny whatever it is that needs to come out, we must understand that we may deny it at the surface, but deep inside, people who feel energy can feel all of this. So we can tell ourselves whatever lies we want, but we cannot really lie at a subtle level. We cannot really lie at the energy level. Over there, it is all coming out, even if you or I or anybody else likes it or not. So keep this in mind. More and more people are waking up. More and more people are becoming aware that everything is energy and that there is communication at a different level, at a subtle level. More and more people start receiving and giving messages on purpose at this level. If so far we thought that all the communication we're doing is verbal or non-verbal at the physical level, well, now more and more people are waking up and they are seeing that most communication happens at a subtle level, at an energy level. So if you are one of these people, I am telling you that denying what you feel at the surface, denying your emotions, denying what comes from your personality and from your ego, it's not helping you at all, because You may cling onto something, you may want a relationship so badly, you may stay in the job you have due to fear, but energy wise, you're actually giving a different message. You are actually giving the message that your deep fear gives. You're giving the message that you don't want that. So you're going to push it away, you like it or not, or else, or worse. There are many options of what can happen. And so let's become aware of this. Let's wake up if you are called to do so. This is not a message for those who are still deep asleep. If you're deep asleep, so be it, enjoy that. But if you're waking up, start paying attention.